guys, YouTubers, and welcome to a new video. I'm having a special kind of video. This is a 2K18 wish list. Now, the normal videos will be returning next video. I already have one recorded, but I did have some time to do this, but not enough time to actually edit a MyTeam Online video. So, I'm bringing you guys this today. Now, I asked you guys on Twitter what you wanted to see, and I compiled a list of some of the things you guys said and some of the things that I was thinking. And so let's just get into it. This can be for like all aspects of the game, every single mode, you know. And yeah, so let's just hop into it. The first thing we have is a MyTeam draft mode. Now, websites like 2K18 Central have already incorporated this into their websites, but it's not in the actual game. I mean, come on guys, even MLB beat you to it. Not to diss MLB, but it's a baseball video game, come on. Now, I love baseball, I've been playing and watching since I was 2 years old, but come on. Next thing that you guys said is we need new parks. We've not gotten new parks since 2K15. You guys have just been reusing old parks for your events, for the actual parks. We need some new ones. Keep the same Philly, just give us a different place to play. The next thing is similar to park, it is sub-archetypes. Now, what I mean by that is, you know, we don't want players that can only do one thing. From literally the worst players in the league to the superstars, nobody, like rarely anyone in the NBA actually plays with only one strength. We have 3-and-D guys. We have athletic guys who can dribble. We have athletic guys who can dunk. We have athletic guys who can shoot. We have guys who can rebound and shoot. We have guys who can be great passers and they can still shoot, or great passers and they can defend. Literally, from your Kawhi Leonards to your Klay Thompson to your Tavius Caldwell-Popes, you know, to your Trevor Ariza's. We have those 3-and-D guys. We also got guys who can really just do it all, like, you know, your Nikola Jokic's, your Draymond Greens, those kind of guys. They can rebound, they can pass, they can put the ball on the floor, they can shoot, and they can defend. Like, I'm not even asking for, like, necessarily all around. Like, do it similar to how it was back in, like, 2K11, where you started us off with, like, you know, a specific skill set, and we could, you know, we could go on as we like. Although we were still put on some restrictions, I believe. Like, don't limit us to, like, you know, the max stat other than your specialty is like a 74. Like, that's not realistic at all. That's literally build your freaking reserve player, 13th man off the bench kind of deal. So, yeah, sub-archetypes is something we do. Just remove the archetype system as a whole. Next thing we want is new teams. Now, what I mean by that is in the actual rosters, we need new historic teams. Like, you know, we want, like, something like, you know, the 2013 Knicks or Reggie Miller's Pacers. We need stuff like that, you know, some of the Barkley teams. Stuff like that we would love. Maybe throw in some more Olympic teams. Or, you know, like, I'm not Giannis out here, I don't want WNBA teams, but, you know, have some variety in there. We had the same teams since 2K15. We need new ones. Now, the next one is something that I would really love to do. It opens up a lot of creativity in terms of videos and stuff like that, and that's the situations mode. They had this back in 2K11, where basically you would choose where you wanted to be popped in during a certain game. Like, you would make it say it's like, you know, Cavs, Warriors, 4th quarter, 30 seconds left, Cavs down by 2, your ball, you know, something like that, where you could just, it would just plop you into the game where you would set the score, you would set what time it is, you would set the teams, all that. You would basically get to choose all that, and then it would just throw you into that game, and you could play it as is, like a normal play now game from that point. This does open up a lot of creativity in terms of, you know, like videos and mixtapes and stuff like that, so I feel like that would be a great thing to have in rather than just trying to simcast and hopefully it gets to the right point that you want. Another thing that we do want is create a legend mode. They used to have this back in 2K11 with Michael Jordan. They had the Jordan Challenges, which was so much fun to play back in the day, where you basically were an NBA legend throughout their career. In that case, it was Michael Jordan, and you went through some of his, like, you know, career highlights. You would rank up and you would earn things through that. That would just be a fun thing to do instead of having to do a player like my league. Alright, and so another thing that we do need in 2K18 is improved gameplay. Some of the animations in this game are just so unrealistic, it's honestly insane. And you know, just how you get caught in certain animations is honestly just BS. Like, you know, guys, you know, people in real life have control over their bodies. When they want to do something and then they change their minds, they have the ability to do that. If you're locked in a layup animation and then you're going to wind up getting blocked, you should be able to, you know, change what you're doing or pass out regardless if you're in that animation or not. And that stupid animation where you're driving to the basket and then your guy just runs towards the baseline and he just throws the ball out of bounds. Like, what the hell is that? But another thing that we do need, this is more on the MyTeam side of things, we need a wager mode or a trading system. Now, Madden does have a trading system, I believe, in Ultimate Team. We need something like that, or a wager mode in general, where you would go to the mode and you could, maybe it would tell you what kind of teams you want to play, something similar to yours, and you would put up an amount, and then 2K would reward the winner with the winnings, and it would take away from the loser. Either that, or we do need a trading system where you can give somebody a card or some MT without the risk of getting banned and using the auction house to do it. Another thing that I would personally like to see is unlocking locked collections. I would much rather have the MT from the current day set that I did the first day of the game, rather than have that Sapphire Deadlift Strength locked in that isn't even useful to me anymore. And say you accidentally lock the collection, this would just be really nice to have, be more convenient. And maybe you only have a certain amount of unlocks, or it costs MT to unlock a collection, something like that. And if you were to unlock the collection, you'd lose the collection reward or anything that came with the collection reward. So I think that would just be a lot more convenient, a lot more useful, and I don't think anyone would really have a problem with that. Another one that we need is on and offline MyCareers. If you're gonna make us have this stupid archetype crap, then at least let us have an option where it can be an offline only MyCareer. We can't bring it onto Park or Pro-Am, and we could just have that player be however we want. If we want to create a 7', 7 point god, then we should be able to do that in an offline MyCareer, since it's not going to be affecting anyone online, and it's just more enjoyable. I mean, you look at some of the animations, some of the things dudes be doing on the park, that's not realistic at all. I mean, this would, it would give us a chance to have that unrealistic feel without going to create a player or something. I think that would just be something that a whole of the 2K community would enjoy. If you could have a 7'7" guy who could put the ball on the floor, you could shoot, all that. And one more thing that personally I want, I didn't actually get this off Twitter, but this is just something that for me personally, I love playing My League and My GM in those modes. And I did start a series on that yesterday, but we need a more realistic sim engine. Some of the simulations in 2K are just ridiculous. You'll be in the playoffs this year, and you'll have the Celtics sweeping the Cavs, which would never happen. Or you'll have a guy with 90s in the 3-point rating be shooting 22% from 3. Or you'll have a team like the Knicks this year being the second seed in the East over a team like the Cavs or the Wizards, and it just needs to be more realistic, more true to life kind of a thing. And yeah, so I feel like that would just be a plus. Now, one thing that you guys did want is new hairstyles, clothes, and tattoos for your MyPlayers. Now, I 100% agree with this. We haven't gotten new hairstyle, clothing, tattoos, maybe a bit of the clothing, but honestly, it's just crappy clothing nobody's gonna wear. Since 2K15, 2K16, and we need more tattoos. That's just a given. We don't have a lot of tattoos to begin with. Most of them are just letters, different lettering styles. We need actual designs, and we definitely need more hairstyles. And in WWE games, there is a certain hairstyle where you can have 4 different colors in your hair. We would love to see something like that. I've seen a few tweets about that, just on unrelated note, but that would also be really dope to have. And yeah, so one thing that one of you guys said that I don't personally agree with, but one of you guys said, is to have your MyCareer in your MyTeam. Now, MLB does do something similar to this, where you have one created player but you have to actually like spend your money and your players to upgrade him. How they do it in that game is you basically discard players for like nothing, but it upgrades your creative player. And like the better the card you discard, the better, like the more upgrades you guys get. And it's like, you know, a really tedious process, but like it's a very slow one at that too, so it does take a lot of like, you know, a lot of cards to actually get your guy to look good overall. But it is definitely worth it. Now, I don't necessarily know about the MyCareer, MyTeam thing, like, you know, maybe when you hit Legend or something, or like if your guy retires Hall of Fame or something like that, like, I would see how it would work, but I just personally wouldn't really go for it. Just because it would be honestly like really cheese. Like, you see some of the things guys do on the park, and just imagine that in MyTeam. Like, I honestly just wouldn't be a fan of that as a MyTeam player. I'd rather just have, like, you know, the historic players, the current players, the theme players, all that. And yeah, so one more unrelated thing that I would like to see is honestly communication. And, you know, like more things about the community, because a couple days ago, Let's Go 56, if you guys don't know him, he's got like a big influence in the 2K community on Twitter. He actually got banned for retweeting, like, he got banned on the ban screen. It had a link to a tweet, and the link to the tweet led to somebody else's tweet saying they got scammed by somebody else, and Let's Go retweeted it. He wound up getting unbanned. They did give him 15,000 MT free, so, or not MT, VC, so free $2 essentially. But that's honestly ridiculous. And then the 2K community took that, and knowing how the 2K community is, they basically spammed 2K support with fake tweets about AfroPig23, and he actually wound up getting banned on his main account, where he has an absolute god squad. He spent thousands of dollars on that account, and yo, it's just ridiculous how the 2K just takes the tweets and just leads that to a ban. It's ridiculous. But they said, you know, it wasn't because of the tweets or whatever. There was quote unquote illegal activity on your account from a wager with Jesser and an MT donation, but that's honestly really stupid. And then there's Agent Zero made a video about 2K. I'll leave that link in the description below. I actually helped him out with that one, but it was basically like a ton of lies 2K told us, or like things that they promised that they never came through with, and we just need more communication on that part. Like, we need to know if, you know, like, say they promise and it's like, oh guys, we can't go through with it, something happened, like, you know, just something like that would be a lot better than just being, you know, ignoring it rather than not addressing it. We just need more communication. And last week, I believe, MLB The Show, they were experiencing some problems, like the servers or something, and they actually wound up giving everybody who plays the game 10 free packs and 11,000 free stubs, which is basically their currency. So that was honestly really cool for Sony Studios to do with MLB, and we just need, like, I'm not even asking for like them to compensate us when they go wrong, but like just more communication would be great. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about my phone there, and leave a like if you enjoyed it, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.